This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life for one last scare.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Last Scare, and we have Blake and Sabrina back with us today, and we're going to do some more catching up.
So we go into some tangents in this episode. I'm gonna put the time codes in the doobly-doo, and you can skip around to whatever you want, but we're having fun here.
We're a horror adjacent podcast today.
We are not for one, just one thing.
Horror nerds coming together to gush about whatever
Whatever they want to talk about, really.
Whatever comes to mind, that's what we talk about.
See, I think I love that, actually, that concept.
Gushy.
We're gonna make a new podcast, gushing. What does it mean to you?
I was gonna say like the gushing
I don't know.
podcast about everything we love.
The last gush.
It's just it's a podcast literally about our tangents. We just keep
No, back it up. I love that name, The Last Gush. Yeah.
the last gush. It's an offshoot. It's
It's
not a bad idea.
Y'all are ready to talk about some fun stuff? Some fun things? Cool. I am. I'm excited. I'm excited to have everyone back.
Me too. I miss you guys.
We've missed you too.
Not the
Yeah,
same
it's
without
been-
you.
Yeah.
Life's been hectic trying to get it all going, but
Yeah.
So happy. We love you guys. Predictions. We have some predictions to add.
Yeah. So we didn't have everything on our radar when we made our predictions early this year, but I recently discovered some news that a movie I worked on as a PA last year is finally getting its release. It's debuting at Overlook Film Festival in New Orleans in about a month. It's called Clock,
ooh.
and then it will be releasing on Hulu on April 28th, and we're going to try and see if we can make it to Overlook Film Festival.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd
wow.
be ideal. But
That's cool to be able to have a movie on Hulu and be like, I worked on that.
yeah.
Very cool.
Yes. So if you're going, comment down below. Last Scare fan meetup.
Come over and say hi.
Come over and say hi. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Clock so we can make a prediction?
So I think it's going to be like a psychological thriller, kind of bordering on horror. It's about a woman who does not want kids, but she wants to have kids. And I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, actually. Not really sure what details are.
You've already said too much.
They're gonna
Get
get
'em.
me. Disney's gonna kill me.
It's just what they do. They're not even involved. I guess they are if it's going to Hulu.
Yeah, it's been picked up as a Hulu original, so
Oh, you worked on a Disney movie.
I've worked on 2 Disney movies now. Yeah, it's got Diana Agron. She was Quinn on Glee. It's the project with Jay Ali. He was Ray Nadeem on Daredevil season 3.
I love that man.
That is like one of the finest seasons of any television show ever.
Also, a lot of people would agree he is one of the MCU's best original characters.
Oh, absolutely.
Like someone that's not in the comics.
Yeah, I totally
Phenomenal.
agree.
That's because of him. It's because of the actor.
I hope it gets a lot of buzz. It was a really cool experience to work on that set.
Well, you said you worked as a PA.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you tell the people what that is? What your job entailed?
A PA is a production assistant. It is someone who does all sorts of tasks on set, just basically whatever the production needs. A lot of it is doing what's called lockup, which is keeping crew and other bystanders out of the camera and keeping them quiet when you're rolling. You have to announce rolling whenever the camera and the sound is rolling. Basically, you have to like rein everyone in when they're going for a take. You also have to like pass out water and such, make sure everyone's hydrated. You have to delegate the talent to in and out of set. You actually work as like a a manager for the actors in a lot of ways, basically getting them in and out of makeup and to and from set and everything.
How'd you land that opportunity?
I was working in Austin, in the Austin film industry, and I just have a lot of connections there, and they needed a PA for this thing, and someone called me up because it's a word of mouth kind of field. Basically, people will just call you and say, "Hey, I got your number from so and so. They say you're a good PA. Do you want a job?" And it's like, yeah, like I literally get a call one night and they'll be like, "Can you come in tomorrow?" And I'd be like, "Yeah."
Oh my god.
I have a flex that I feel is bigger. I worked on this movie called Chocolate Lizards, which stars your boy Rudy Pankow.
I was gonna say, I'm like, she already knows.
God damn it! I'm gonna have a breakdown. I want to meet him so bad, and I also him for Johnny Storm. Literally, I'm like campaigning it to like.
Oh god, here we go.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like hears it like every day. Stop. Is he like the nicest? I need to know. Is
He's
he like
an
the nicest?
angel.
Oh, I knew it.
He's an amazing person. I love
I
him.
love him so much. I want to meet him so goddamn bad. He's my favorite person right now. I'm insanely jealous of you right now. I'm probably gonna go cry about that later, but it's fine. But it's fine.
When I'm at a Comic-Con, I'll go to, like, when I met Robert Englund, I've told this story a million times. I met him. It was cool. I like asked him like what are your favorite horror movies? What do you suggest? And like he gave me horror movies, Tale of Two Sisters, Let the Right One In. And I walked away, and it wasn't till like a while I walked away, I just started crying.
You're like Freddy
I
fucking
started
Krueger.
crying. I'm like, I met Freddy Krueger.
So awesome.
When I met Tom Holland, I was fine. I did great. Then it wasn't until I was alone for the first time after the con, and then I started crying. So it was the best. He was so sweet. I was on his Instagram story. That was really cool.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
I went to get a photo op with him, and he was like, "All right, can you stand over here for a second?" And I was like, "Uh-huh." So I stood, and he was like, "All right, we're gonna take a video for like Instagram," and I was like, "Okay, sure." He was really sweet. He was like way more like invested in it than that sounded, but.
Mm-hmm. Can you get over here? You're gonna be on my story.
Oh my god.
You gotta do his voice.
Oh my god. He does the British accents for me. I can't do them.
Ooh, I don't have a.
You don't have a Holland.
I don't have a Holland prepared. I'm sure I could work one out.
You gotta find your Holland.
You gotta find your Holland. And.
Hi, what's up, guys? I'm dating Zendaya.
Oh my god.
That's not bad. That's not
To
bad.
pull that out of your pocket, that was pretty good.
He was awesome, and then I met Charlie Cox right afterwards.
Daredevil?
I met the Daredevil, and
The Daredevil?
He's filming in New York for like the next couple months, so I was like, keep telling Beck, I'm like, hey, and Penguin, and literally Penguin too.
Yeah.
Rob is supposed to be in Penguin apparently. If he is.
Okay, so they have like they just posted a thing they're looking for background actors, and I'm like this close to being like taking off a week of work just to go.
She would have to take up smoking too.
I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, I'll do anything for Rob. Okay, I don't care. I'm like, I'll fake it. I'm like, I'll fake it till I make it. It's fine.
Doing horrendous right in front of me.
It's Batman. What do you
Anything
expect?
for Batman.
Batman. I just wanna be on like that alone.
Should we just wait till there's a trailer out for this one?
Maybe I don't even have a prediction for.
I think there's gonna be a crazy twist. That's my prediction.
It's a safe bet.
Oh man, that was your prediction for Knock at the Cabin, and I actually didn't think there was a big twist in that movie.
The one M. Night movie
It
that didn't have like a major twist.
A huge twist.
Okay, first of all, I actually completely forgot that I even said that. That was my prediction. So I don't even know if I won or not.
I think the point of that movie is like, is there an apocalypse or is there not? More than is there a twist. Another movie we unfortunately missed out on. We're kind of behind on the start of this year. So I still have
We've
to
been
see
like
that.
watching a lot of Disney movies lately.
Yeah.
I don't know why. We were just like weirdly like feeling like the binge of them lately. So
But we are going to start binging the Scream movies. So we will be fully prepared for Scream six.
Scree-eye 6.
Scree-eye.
I was thinking of a joke.
Scree.
I'm so excited for Scream.
Scream 6. We're still screaming.
We're still screaming.
We're still screaming.
I know we've spent 20 minutes on this, but maybe we should wait till there's a trailer for Guac.
Yeah. Do y'all know anything about Enys Men? Have y'all seen the trailer for that or anything?
You guys want to watch a trailer real quick?
I rely on my horror movie trailers for our show.
Oh, you got it.
I don't got it. I don't know.
Cam doesn't have it. I got it.
He doesn't have it. That gives me Wicker Man vibes.
It does have Wicker Man vibes. I do.
I love that it looks like a movie from the 70s.
Yeah.
It really does.
That's I don't want to call it a gimmick. It's a style that I will never get tired of for modern day horror movies, to just kind of like, I don't know even how to frame it. Just like choose not a time period. I don't know exactly what you would call that.
I know what you mean though. Yeah.
It's like what Quentin Tarantino does for like his opening titles, like with that title card that looks like it's an old movie, but his actual movie isn't really filmed that way. I don't know. There's gotta be a term for it. I'm blanking.
Have you seen Censor? You should watch Censor. Completely unrelated. Kind of related. You'll see. Predictions. Predictions all around. Prediction time.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
It was, but that's what a horror trailer should be. It should be a bunch of flashes that you have no idea what it means until you see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that movies that just lay it all out for you
really.
in the trailer. It's like, no, just build my intrigue. I don't have to know.
Honestly, weirdly enough, it kind of gave me a little bit of Midsommar vibes.
That too. Yeah.
Very Midsommar. I was like,
if it was made in the 70s.
Ooh, that's a good one, Blake.
They should let me see the movie early. We'll print that quote, put it on the poster.
This might be too simple, but I predict that there will be cult sacrifices.
Oh, that was my prediction.
It's so easy.
That was my prediction. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's my prediction. It's secretly about a cult again.
A cult. She loves cults when it comes to horror. I'll put on some that she's never heard of. She'd be like, "Is there a cult in this?" And I'll be like, "Odds are yes." Hollywood loves cults these days.
I do too. They just know what to cater to me. Okay,
Right.
the only time I ever hated a cult thing is is where it shouldn't have been in Jeepers Creepers Reborn. I hated them every fiber of my
Oh
being.
yeah,
For someone that loves cults, that was the worst thing they could have ever done.
that movie was wild. I don't know if I have a prediction. I'm simple. I want it to scare me. like more than unnerve me. Like Midsommar, just to take it back to that, was unnerving.
Right.
I
That
want to be
gave me
scared.
that unnerved me a lot. Actually.
Yeah.
That trailer alone, I was like, okay. There's a lot of creepy shots. I was like, okay, if I watch the actual context, I know I'm not going to be sleeping that night. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it wasn't lying. It's gonna unnerve me. But will it get under my skin, as they say?
I'll predict I'm going to say that the plot won't be very straightforward. I don't think it's going to be something that is on the nose. I think it's going to be something that's more ambiguous.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be in a similar vein of Outwaters and Skinamarink, which I guess we'll get to Outwaters in this episode, but
I don't know if it counts as a prediction, but like I feel like it's gonna have a scene, like one scene that's gonna just fuck me up.
There's gonna be at least one.
You just
scene
need
that
the
fucks
one.
you
No,
up.
but
No,
in
just
certain
one.
horror movies, like there's one
Just
scene in
one.
Midsommar, and every
That movie was fine, but that one scene fucked me up.
seriously, the entirety of Midsommar fucks me up. But there's one scene, and it's not even as bad as everything else that happens in the movie that just fucks me up. That every time I think about it, I'm like, okay,
Because I explained to you what it is, right? Is it that one?
yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
the
Blood Eagle scene?
Blood Eagle, yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I told her that was a real
Up
method
after
of
it, I went
torture.
I fell down a hole, and I was like,
Well, did I tell you about that too? The Blood Eagle being a real thing from Midsommar?
that like people have actually done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, yeah, someone's definitely done that at some point.
Oh, I didn't know if I told you that it used to be a form of torture or not. If I was the one that introduced.
Like it was a regular thing.
Yeah, like it was a form of torture.
I mean, basically,
you used that word once, and I was like, what's that? And you tried to explain it to me, and I was like, You're
I
like,
was
just
like, you remember Midsommar? I watched that movie with a friend who thought I was a fucking psycho after that because he's like, why are those things going like that? I'm like, those are his lungs. He's breathing. He's still alive. And
Oh
he's like,
jeez.
and I'm like, it's fine.
I want to
It's
rewatch
fine.
that actually.
Yeah, I want to watch the fancy schmancy director's cut.
Ah, yes. That you can only get for like $45 plus $10 shipping on A24's
I
website.
do have it.
Oh man, I want
Well,
it so
I
bad.
saw it. I saw it in the theater, and then the day that it went up for pre-order, I got it, and it comes in like it's crazy. I'll have to show it off on our next episode, but it's I think it's worth watching if you like Midsommar. Like if you're a fan of it, I don't think it's necessary. I think it's just like, oh shit, that explains what happened to that character, and like that's more context to this little ritual.
Yeah, because a couple of characters leave, and then we just never follow up with them again.
Yeah, you get a lot more. There's actually a scene in the trailer that was cut, and it's in the director's cut of. It's the one night scene. They're like by the lake, and she's like, "What is happening?" Like that whole scene. That's really good scene. I like it.
I am a casual Midsommar enjoyer.
I really like it. It really messed me up. I like it.
It's good.
it was something. It was something.
Oh, Sabrina.
Yeah, you get a lot more of the toxic relationship before they go to Sweden.
That's what it's all about.
Oh yeah, that's the fun of it.
I think the thing though, Blake didn't even tell me to watch it. Like he kept talking about it, and I was like, you know what? Let me watch it. And then I was like, I literally was texting. I was like, I'm currently regretting my decision.
Yeah, she watched it without me. She's like, I'm watching Midsommar. I was like, okay, I guess.
Alright.
And then the part where like the fucking woman just like falls and like I was like, what the fuck is this movie? And he's like, oh, what part are you at? And I was like, someone just fell to their death. And he's like, oh, just wait. And I was like, what? There's more?
Did y'all finally watch Skinamarink together?
I don't think she's ever gonna watch that movie.
Oh,
Valid.
I
man.
don't know. I'm scared. Okay.
If we watch it, it'll be in person, I'm sure.
I can't watch it alone because I'm literally like Blake, I can't sleep.
I think I just had a realization. Midsommar is the 500 Days of Summer of the horror world. He had a nasty breakup, and he wrote this movie surrounding it.
We just watched that for the first time
500
Really?
Days?
last month. Yeah.
That is my favorite movie of all time. I watched
wow.
it for the first time in like 2010. I was like
That
11
movie
or
made me
12.
mad.
It's
Yeah, we were very much not Team Zooey Deschanel at the end of that movie.
Oh, we could talk about this so much. Oh man.
I was so mad.
It's not necessarily the like writing or the acting. It's just I don't know the execution of that
Oh,
concept.
it pissed me off so bad.
Because I don't mind that concept. It's fine. It's just it kind of just hit out of nowhere. I don't know. We got thoughts. We have opinions. But I did love the movie.
Nice.
Gets me salty. Was that the same thing we watched La La Land? No,
Yes.
was it?
We-
Oh
we
god,
we watched
yeah.
La La Land right after.
I
that.
hated both endings, and I was like, "This sucks." I was like, "This sucks."
We
I loved
hate
La La Land.
I just can't do it, guys. I've tried
This
to
is
watch.
no longer a safe space.
I haven't seen it since 2017 when it first came out, so I don't know how I really feel about it now.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember not loving it at the time.
I've tried to watch it 3
Fair.
times now, and I can't get through it. That's a lot for me. I've watched some movies and gotten to the end. Can't get through La La Land.
I honestly, I think it's a little overrated. I don't like the ending. I don't know. It's not like the typical musicals that I like. Like everything was very like slow movements and stuff like that. It bothered me. I don't know. For someone who loves musicals, I just did not like that.
Yeah, towards the second half, it's like basically not a musical. It was just really like mismarketed, I think. Is that a word?
I don't know. I like the corniest like musical kind of like movies, and like it just is very like I don't know. Just like I kept I don't even think I could fully. I tried explaining it to Blake what I liked. I'm like I don't even think I fully was like all right. I know what I mean. It's fine. You don't need to know.
I know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what I mean. I know. And I'm like, this is like all right.
I, for one, thought it was pretty damn great. But
No, the ending
neither
sucks.
here nor there.
The ending sucks.
Like, I just have bad taste. It's okay.
Ah,
I have questionable taste
No.
sometimes.
no.
Did we get everyone's predictions?
Yes, I believe so. For Enys Men,
We're known for our tangents.
we're known for our tangents. Swarm though. Swarm.
Did we get
Swarm.
everyone's predictions though?
Yeah.
Okay.
You and Sabrina both had cult predictions. I was like, it's gonna be super ambiguous.
Well, I also kind of like low-key said like there's gonna be a scene that's just gonna like be like
One scene that fucks her up.
that's gonna stick that like stands out and you're like, oh fuck, okay, that was fucked. That's
the movie was tame, but that one scene.
Yeah.
Terrifier 2.
Oh god, that movie was a walk in the park. It was nothing.
It was so easy to watch.
But that one scene.
Ah, it's too much. Too much.
I'm so glad that movie turned you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it was.
Average Terrifier haters, and now you're like,
Oh, I
what?
never did watch the first one.
You've still never seen it?
No, but I'm gonna watch it real soon. I got a Screenbox subscription for a year, so I'm gonna watch it soon.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Very good.
I think the second one's more bloodier and brutaler.
Well, yeah, it is. It is. It's longer, and they went in making it a lot bloodier. But I'm glad you were honest. Thank you.
I love you, Sabrina.
I think I still prefer the first one. Gonna be
That's
honest.
yeah, because it's simply based on the fact that you have to spend less time with art. That's it. You get to walk away from him a lot sooner.
I'm glad it's gonna take a little bit for Art to come back because I think I think I need a break from him after that for putting me
I
through
miss
that.
him already.
Yeah.
Me too. He's gonna be at the Texas Horror Con this year. Horror Fest, whatever it's called.
You're like, can we go?
I want to see him.
He's gonna be there.
I want to meet him
Both
so
Raimi
bad.
brothers are gonna be there.
I want to have I don't care the part. I want a part in a Terrifier sequel where he just brutally dismembers me.
Oh my god, yeah.
I want such a visceral death.
Apparently, Sam Raimi's going to Rhode Island to Comic-Con. By the way,
I wouldn't be okay after meeting Sam Raimi.
Physically, I mean, he would probably.
He'd probably like abuse me for being a fan.
He like, open your mouth. We're gonna fill it with bugs.
He's talking about Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah, I pictured it.
I know immediately what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Swarm.
Bugs.
Swarm. Yeah, great segue. Bugs swarming. It's
Love that movie though. I actually like high key love that movie so much.
What?
Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Yes.
You know this. I
We
literally
moved
said
into Swarm. You pulled us back to hell.
that. We're still talking about that.
Our eyes are bugging out.
Yeah.
Justin
How
Long
long
is
is it?
crying.
You made just a long cry.
Oh my god.
What a fine performance.
He's like holding the trailer. Anyways.
He never got his vintage quarterback either.
I'm still so mad. I'm so mad about that. I already said this. I'm so mad about it. Just don't check the life-saving envelope. You're just not gonna check it, ma'am. Anyways.
Swarm. It's a new Donald Glover show coming out next month, I think. Or
This
month,
month,
because it's already March now.
Yeah, it's March. We're marching towards some more scares.
We
Oh my god.
we already know that Donald Glover can do horror because of multiple episodes of Atlanta, and particularly the Teddy Perkins episode.
Yeah, I love the Teddy Perkins episode.
The episode where Donald Glover himself basically plays Michael Jackson.
Blake.
I wonder if any of us can do like a good Teddy Perkins impression.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Blake, what do you think about Teddy Perkins?
I forgot we had that lined up. I am known for at random times too, because Teddy Perkins genuinely unsettles my best friend. And at any random moment it's It's usually when he comes to my house. I have to set the scene. It's when he comes to my house. He does genuinely always ask for water. Because I mean, we're playing video games all day. Of course, the throat gets dry, and he's like, "Oh, hey, can I get some water?" And just as the joke, he knows it's coming. I just lean forward and I'm like, "Get Darius a glass of water when you have a moment." And he's just like, "Oh, stop, get out." And just whenever the next time comes up, if he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go out and get a Gary," no, you can't. You have no idea.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. It's so good.
And he looks like Lakeith Steinfeld, just holding that. Yeah, he is a character that I enjoy.
You beat my expectations. That was incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, and the fact that it's Donald Glover just makes that character so much better in my eyes. That he can actually play a character like Teddy Perkins. I want to see a movie of Teddy Perkins.
Ooh.
It works. It's such a simple concept. Bring him back.
Oh,
Just
you
be
can
like
totally do
based
that.
on the Atlanta episode.
Yeah. I would take a whole Atlanta movie.
Oh,
But
yeah.
also the ending is... Jayla hasn't seen it yet, but I love the ending of the whole show. I thought it was so wholesome.
Oh yeah, Jayla hasn't seen that.
Speaking of that, can I borrow your Hulu account so I can finish Atlanta?
Yeah.
I saw a lot of mixed reactions to that finale, but I thought it was one of the best
I adore
of
it.
that whole show.
Absolutely.
It was pure Atlanta for the last time.
True.
If you need some more Atlanta, sorry to bother you, is Atlanta adjacent.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Love it.
I'm going to predict that Lakeith Stanfield appears in Swarm. That's going to be my 7 episodes. Why not? He could show up.
I think at some point in the show we'll get Lakeith, we'll get Brian Tyree Henry, we'll get Zazie Beetz. Everyone's coming back.
I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to predict that this takes place within the world of Atlanta.
Ooh.
Interesting.
That is,
Why not?
That's a bold prediction,
that's
but I
not
like
going
it.
to happen. But I haven't been bold enough my predictions yet, so I'm getting bold.
Mhm.
You could easily do that. Just have Darius roll up in an episode and be like, "Oh yeah, I've heard of it."
Yeah, literally. I mean,
Yeah, that's
It's
all you really
about,
need. It's just one character that's playing the same character.
fan that's obsessed with an artist.
So easily on the TV, on the radio, whatever. Just just going in the background.
Yeah.
Yep. So I have my
I would die
prediction.
for that.
If
Actually.
I'm right, you guys, oh my god. You can never tell me anything again. Sabrina, do you have a prediction?
Oh, I'm gonna you know. I mean, like I only watched like a little bit of Atlanta. Like I don't think I tried watching with Blake and I was like, I don't know, wasn't.
I could
that
tell
into
she wasn't into it, so I spared her.
And like I wanted to get into it because I know how much he loved it, but I was like, I don't know, like just don't think this is 100% for me. But
Yeah. And that's fine. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
I mean, like if you want to rewatch it one day, I will watch it with you. But like I don't know.
So Swarm is about a woman who's like obsessed with a musical artist that is inspired by Beyonce. The show was originally called Beehive, and it got renamed to Swarm.
I guess Beehive is a little on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
what I
they
said.
Changed it to Swarm. Yeah.
Definitely, if it's like something like inspired by like a celebrity kind of thing, they definitely have to like change titles and stuff because you're not getting sued and like name dropping and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, well, Donald Glover's tight with Beyonce. I'm sure he asked her before he made a show based on her obsessive fans.
I mean, I could think of like a lot more, but it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's not going to draw the line with Beyonce in this show. I'm sure he'll tackle some others.
Actually, I would like to see
Ooh,
that.
maybe that's my prediction. I think not only will it just focus on Beyonce's fans, I think there could be some commentary on either other specific celebrities or just general social commentary on toxic fandoms.
Oh.
Might be too basic.
No, that could be a project in itself. That could be like another can of worms you could open.
Mhm.
See, actually, I think I'd be hella interested in that. To see that. I actually really like that prediction a lot. Because now I like low-key want to look for that when we watch it.
Thank you.
Like, alright, interesting.
It already looks so pretty. Like, I only watched a teaser trailer because that was perfect. It was absolutely perfect, and it just looks great. I love it. Love it, love it.
Donald Glover wrote and direct, or no, he didn't. He just directed the first episode that we know of so far.
King. It's unfair how good he is at everything.
Yeah, I want to do one thing as well as Donald Glover does everything.
He just does something for fun and he's like perfect at it. It's not fair.
It's like, yeah, I'll do a stand-up special, whatever.
I'll voice act, I'll direct, I'll write, I'll sing.
Oh, you want me to drop an album? Okay.
He's like one of my creative heroes.
What an awesome guy. So we have predictions.
So we just need Sabrina's
Oh yeah, we need Sabrina's.
crumb of prediction.
Crumb of prediction, please.
Well, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little like cheating to look up the synopsis because like I know when it was announced. I didn't watch the trailer or anything. I know Blake was like excited for it, and I meant to watch it or something, but I just never did. So I was like trying to think like I don't know. I'm curious to see like where it says like the whole dark unexpected places.
Murder.
Someone's gonna get murdered. Someone's gonna get murdered.
That's a pretty good prediction. I think that's pretty solid.
Colt.
Yeah.
Colt.
That's pretty
I mean,
solid.
it is literally about the cult.
Is that your prediction?
Random Colts, yeah.
Random Colts. All right.
You think that the fandom will manifest as a literal cult? Is that your prediction?
It's the series finale. Jared Leto cameo.
Oh my god.
Easy. It's all there.
No, okay. Can I get really dark with it?
I mean,
Yes.
He is. Yes.
Okay. So like it becomes like more like deeper than just like a fandom, like an actual deep cult, and like they use like the singer they're obsessed with as a sacrifice.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Ooh, that's a great
That's a
prediction.
theory. That's a specific prediction.
Cause like I don't know, I just feel like it's more than just like like murder. Like I don't know, I feel like it's gonna get like deeper,
I like it
like,
a lot.
very, like sinister and like satanic. I feel like Loki, and I think it's like kind of like to be like this is what happens when you're obsessed with somebody, and like kind of like go like into like the if you ever I hate to like bring it up in like real life situations, but like somebody's trying like stalkers and like comes like a deadly obsession kind of thing, like kind of something like that. I don't know. I could see that kind of happening. Like,
I think you're onto something.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting from the show.
The
I
trailer.
mean, did we see the poster?
Yeah, the poster's awesome.
I was like, there's literally blood on the poster, so like, I mean,
We don't know if that's blood.
It could be paint.
It could be paint. She's just mopping the floor with paint. It's normal behavior.
to clean up the blood.
Mm-mm. I don't think it has anything to do with blood, actually.
I do. I do.
No, not a single murder is going to take place.
Oh my god, wait, I have something to add to the theory.
It's such a good trailer. Wow.
I feel like it's low-key going to, I guess, like, the main, like, character, the girl, is, like, so obsessed with Popstar, she, like, tries to kill everyone that's, like, close to her to get to her.
How dare you get to know her and I don't?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Nice.
No one can get close to her. Yeah, cool.
My Beyonce.
They have to tread lightly. They will become dangerously close to Joan Travolta's The Fanatic if they get too close.
I hope they don't get anywhere close to the Fanatic. I hope they stay far away from it. But yeah.
Who's to say?
We do have some movies that have come out recently since we didn't cover last week.
Yes.
We have M3GAN Unrated.
Yes.
So I was really excited for it, but I think when they cut it down to PG-13 in the first place, they only made really small cuts because I don't know if they really had much of a plan for like 2 different cuts when they were making it, because the differences they're very small in my opinion.
Yeah. We sat down to watch M3GAN Unrated yesterday. Not really sure what to expect because he called a few of the edits.
I did. There's the part where David says, we're going to kick Hasbro in the dick. And I noticed that when he says that in the PG-13 version, he says like he makes like an F shape with his mouth.
The moment we kicked Hasbro right in the dick.
But then he doesn't say, it's just like a really weird looking phrase that he says. And I was like, I think he says fucking there. And they cut it out of this version, and I was right. I was right, because in the unrated version he says, we're gonna kick them in the fucking dick.
The moment we kicked Hasbro right in the fucking dick. Right in the dick. Right in the fucking dick. Right in the dick. Right in the fucking dick.
But basically, each of the kills is this much more bloody. This much more gore. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's like, it's the same movie, and there's like 5 more F-bombs.
There's really 2 kills, I would say, that kind of I liked a lot more with the, like, even though it's a little bit added on.
The ear scene.
The ear and elevator.
Yeah, that's considerably bit more. I think in the trailer they actually had that blood splatter, but then they didn't have it in the PG-13 movie.
The elevator scene, that's like now my favorite one. Post.
For someone who hasn't seen M3GAN, I would say watch the unrated version, but if you've already seen M3GAN, I wouldn't say watch it again unless you like particularly want to watch it again. Because I don't think the differences add up to much. I think it was kind of just a marketing gimmick.
We're not talking Joss Whedon Justice League to Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Like, you could probably find a compilation of the differences on YouTube, and that be done with it.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Blake, because we're going to revisit the Snyder Cut soon. How do you guys feel about Zack Snyder's Justice League?
I love it.
I love the Snyder Cut. And the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman.
Also a fantastic movie.
Love them. They're so good.
One of my favorite steelbooks I own, actually. It's the front side is Batman with the Superman thing, and on the back side is Superman with the Batman.
Oh, I love those posters, man. They were so good. I love both those movies with all of my heart.
It's surprising how much of a difference both of those versions are to the theatrical versions.
Yeah, both of them are like Ultimate Edition. Batman v Superman it's a considerably different movie, but Snyder's Justice League is a totally different movie.
Me and Blake like rewatch Justice League, and like there's I'd say like a huge amount you could tell is like which one is Josh Whedon's and which one's Zach's, but like sometimes I'm like that stuff you're reading scene and it'll end up being Zach, so I'm like I don't know, but then like so going from that and you're like thinking okay, like, you know, some like the stuff that Zach, you know, like still was in the regular in his cut was just like either so much longer or just changed even more, so it was like it's definitely like more drastically like a completely different movie, which is like crazy because I'm like I cannot believe the studio wanted that over this, and like even till this day they like refuse to count it as canon, and I'm like why? Like everybody hates that movie.
I think if you're gonna make an extended cut, Ultimate Edition, whatever, it should be impactful to the movie. It shouldn't just be like, here are the deleted scenes edited into the movie that are clearly removed for a reason, whereas Batman v Superman's like, oh, Clark Kent actually has a storyline. Oh, Lex's plan makes a lot more sense. And then there's the Suicide Squad extended cut where it's like, okay, these are just deleted scenes that were added back to the movie.
No, but like BvS, y'all, from regular to Ultimate Edition, like it's
literally 30 minutes longer. Like it's
and like,
it is
yes,
substantial stuff.
that is Jimmy Olsen that we just killed off on screen.
Be careful, Cam. That's a charged topic.
Well, like a lot of people that aren't like crazy about BvS when they talk about the theatrical cut, they're like, okay, that one's better. And it's crazy that an extra 30 minutes in that movie like makes it like.
Yeah, because people hate that movie, and I
love that movie. I've loved it since day one.
For me too.
I was a hater. The Ultimate Edition actually is what swayed me.
I always loved it, but like the Ultimate Edition did make it better. It swayed a lot of people because it's what it was supposed to be, but at the time they weren't doing 3-hour movies. Endgame really changed things.
Even then, I don't think that needed to be 3 hours, but that's a whole different
topic. It's so funny because now I see a movie that's like an hour and a half. I'm like, oh, it's kind of short.
Yeah, 65 is like...
It's funny because when the runtime for the Batman like leaked, everyone was like complaining, and I was like, you guys weren't complaining when Endgame was like 3 hours long. Like, it's
Yeah. Whereas the Batman,
it does not feel like almost 3 hours. I've seen it like 20 times. It does not feel like 3 hours.
I don't know what they could have cut out of Endgame.
it's not that I would cut stuff from Endgame, it's that I would rewrite stuff from Endgame.
Ooh.
I don't mean that in an extremely negative way either. I just kind of mean it in a
I
nitpicky
do.
way. Yeah,
No,
she's
I
mean
do.
to Endgame.
Really?
But
Oh,
yeah,
no.
she hates the ending if we want to get into that.
Oh, no. It's okay, Sabrina.
Nobody can convince me to like that because he's tried like numerous times. I'm like, no.
No, I haven't tried. I've just convinced you why that's ludicrous. That's all I've done. You can keep your opinion. I just don't think
Not
it
an opinion,
matches.
it's a fact.
It is a fact that you feel that way, yes.
It's a fact that I feel that way and it's shit. Nothing's changed in my mind.
It was literally while I was at work a few weeks ago, she was like, this is why it's out of character for Cap to go back in time and pick Peggy. And she listed a list of reasons. I'm like, you're correct. If we're still talking about World War II Cap. This is Cap in a totally different setting. This is why his world has changed. This is why he's allowed to,
This is post Winter Soldier
You know
Cap.
what? No.
This is post Civil War Cap.
I might have a breakdown on this stream. I can't.
This is post you're the only superhero in the world, Cap.
Oh.
This is you can settle down. We got Guardians, Avengers, Moon Knight, Daredevil, Spider-Man, the X-Men and the Fantastic Four on the horizon. Cap can have a wife.
I feel like Cap has always felt like he was out of place. I mean, Cap and Tony had very similar endings, really. They Tony was always going to pursue being Iron Man, and he was always going to try and build a shield, protective armor around the world, and he died doing so. He died fulfilling his. I don't know where I'm going with this.
See, I hate that argument. Oh, it's no. When you go from him literally fighting the government for his BFF and then leaving him for a woman he kissed once, like, no. Who had a whole ass other family? No, I can't.
That's where her theory falls apart, because she thinks they kissed once when they spent years together.
They spent years together, yeah, and he visited
They
her
fought a
until she
war
died.
together.
He kissed Sharon Carter once.
We
about
ignore
that.
that.
That's even worse.
what we don't talk about.
And also, you can't forget how in Civil War it was revealed how often that he spent time with her.
She had a whole ass other family and
Yeah.
died.
He frequently visited her.
He never got his dance, though.
It do be like that. We're just arguing about comic book
Also,
movies.
she brings up that, not just her, but the fans bring up that he stole her husband, that she has an Agent Carter. And I'm like, I can get Kang to explain how she still has that husband in the Agent Carter timeline, if you'd like.
Let the man be happy.
Exactly. No, you have to keep fighting for us, Cap. And he's just like, God damn, guys.
He doesn't even want to be here. Like
He's accepted that.
let him go back in
Accepted
time.
that.
He
Literally,
cried.
like,
He accepted that because he realized he had no other option to. He lost his life, and now he's like, oh, time travel's a
okay,
thing,
it
huh?
bothers me for so many reasons. And like another one that like, and Blake also explained this one. I'm like, I know, I hate it. I'm like, I hate it.
I know, I explained to you why it doesn't work, huh?
Finding his best friend alive and then fighting the freaking government for him. And then you mean to tell me he's gonna leave him after no.
You ignore that they talked about it first.
Doesn't matter. He would not do that. He literally fought the government for him, and then he would leave him in the past. No, absolutely not.
She gets very
Absolutely
heated
not.
about this.
No, absolutely not.
Sabrina, don't you think that?
Movies.
Don't you think that him going to so far to fight for the one piece of his life before the ice proves that he wants to regain that life?
It's gone. It's gone because it's gone now.
I mean,
He's not gone.
it's factually not gone because he's in it. He's in it now. He lived it. He went back to it.
No, it's stupid.
And now he's an old man. He got it back.
Stupid. No, it's stupid.
It's what had to happen for the sacred timeline.
For the sacred timeline.
It did literally have to happen.
It had to happen.
He who remains is like, I'll let it happen. I'll let it slide. I'll allow it.
No.
I paved the road. You just walk down it.
It's Kang in time.
It's Kangin time. That's right. It's the Kang bang.
No, don't get him started.
Kang
Don't get him started, please.
It's
For
the
love of
Kang
God.
bang.
For the love of God. No, please. For the last month, I had to listen to everything, and like I get it because I did that to him with the Batman. But please don't get him started because he won't stop.
Don't you want to know how I was able to get out of the way just before you killed me?
He literally said to me last night. He's like, "All right, I'm slowly out of the Kang hype, but once Loki's
I said
out,
I'm slowly moving out of the Kang hype. I'm still in it.
And I'm like, oh God. I'm like, oh no.
Sabrina's gonna get washed with comments if we post this.
But come for me. Let's go. I don't care. Nobody's gonna change my mind.
Yeah.
You know what, or Sabrina? I think it's actually really cool that you're just like, no.
No.
Just no.
Everything. I'm like, no. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, we watched the same movie. I'm like, that's no.
With the stuff we disagree with, I'm so glad she's not one of those people that's just like, okay. Like, just easily conforms to someone being like, you're wrong, this is what it is. Just like, oh, okay. It's like, no, stick to your guns.
I let them do that to me
Argue
at
with
first when
me.
I first joined comic book Twitter, but now I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm a 100% like BvS enjoyer, both Ultimate Edition and regular edition, so I don't care. Like, nobody's gonna convince me to hate that movie. So at this point, I'm like, people get mad if you like movies, like, it's fine. Like, people got so mad that I loved Quantumania, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I loved it.
Well, look who you're talking to.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, I'm a BvS enjoyer. I don't care. You're not gonna convince me.
I liked the David Ayer Suicide Squad. Getting hate on my opinion is nothing new.
I never watched the extended cut of Suicide Squad.
It's better, but it's still not worth it. Coming from someone that likes the movie, if you didn't like it, it's not worth it.
I always did like Suicide Squad 16. I liked it at the time. I just don't remember it very well.
The garbage villain. Everything else after just kind of falls apart, but everything before
Enchantress?
that was great. No, but like even the brother, I forget his name. But
Incubus is his name.
there you go. Saying it's not important.
I really liked that it felt like they were actually building up the DCEU at that point. Like, you had Batfleck in it, and he was badass.
And Flash.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that, yeah.
Everybody forgets about Flash, and I'm like, bro, he's been.
That scene was directed by Zack Snyder, too.
They almost weren't gonna do it, and they filmed that scene as like an introduction because it was like right with like them showing the little kind of sprinkles of the Justice League like in BvS, and then like
they're filming Justice League at the same time. Well, relatively.
The apocalyptic nightmare scene at the end of Snyder Cut just makes me so sad because it's so fucking awesome, and now it's like not happening.
Did you read the outline for the Justice League sequels?
Yeah, I did, and I'm like, that would have been so cool, but Snyder was just like, here was the plan, it's not happening, and it makes me so sad because it...
The thing that gets me a little heated about this, because DC's like answer to it, so Darkseid's my favorite villain of all time.
So she's going through it.
No, and seeing him like literally like that close to the Justice League, just, and then like knowing we were supposed to get a New Gods, and they're like, yeah, no, we can't use that now because Darkseid was already used, and I'm like, wouldn't that make people want to see it more? Like,
He was literally a portal away from the team. He was so close.
Yeah, I love that he did get some more substantial screen time in the Snyder Cut. It made me so happy to actually see him in the flesh.
I can't believe we'll never get him back too. Is Darkseid too?
I'm sure at some point we're gonna get an adaptation of Final Crisis done well, but
I'm talking about with Ray. Like, he was the perfect Darkseid, man. Like,
who posted that picture? Was it James Gunn? Someone posted a picture of their coffee table, and Final Crisis was on that table.
Zach.
Was it Zach?
And
Okay. Then it's not going to go anywhere. He's not going to do it.
It was on Thanksgiving, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, what does this mean?" I'm like, "It means nothing." I'm like,
means he's a fan of good comics.
like, and like, I get it, but now it's so. Listen, if I had one wish, I'd wish to finish that story. But at the same time, it's like Zach was kind of treated like crap by them, and I'm like, I think he just wants to move on, but like fans just won't let him, and I'm like, aren't you just happy that he has something better to be passionate about? Because recently James Gunn said that like they talked about it, and they're like, why aren't you offering him thing? And it's like, I think because he's so busy with Rebel Moon and everything and all the Army of Dead stuff that I'm like, I don't think he wants to do it anymore. It's like it's been so long. I'm like, all right, I think he's just kind of like low key over it. But I don't know.
But we digress.
Have you guys seen Outwaters?
No.
Don't.
Oh.
Or do. Check it out for yourself.
What is that?
Sounds familiar.
It was the one that was a trailer before,
Oh yeah, they
Terrifier
showed
2.
it. Yeah, they showed it before T2 in theaters. Within the movie.
I did see that trailer.
Yes.
It was supposed to be. It seemed like a really big deal that they were hyping up on the interwebs in the same vein as Skinamarink, which got our hopes up a lot because we loved Skinamarink, but it's not the same. It's a found footage. It's a more direct found footage movie. We found it kind of vague, kind of.
It doesn't give you enough.
Not like.
It's not like I need to be spoon-fed, but I need something to work with, and I don't think it gave me much to work with at all.
It is really pretty much the opposite of Skinamarink to me, in a way of Skinamarink was slow and kind of it gave you chunks of information over the movie, and you kind of had to piece it together yourself. And with Outwaters, it's very just kind of like in your face. It's like just pure chaos. It's pure Event Horizon tape.
The pictures look pretty in your face.
Except that you can't see anything.
Exactly. You have the sight of like a very tiny like, pinpoint.
Which is really frustrating because the guy recording the whole time knows that he is making videos on purpose. You know, he's got a camera in his hand, and his camera work is just terrible. And you can't see anything.
No, like at one point he's like, "Can you see this? Can you see this?" Like, no, I can't see it. It's pitch black, and you're using the tiniest flashlight ever. And also, I'm pretty sure that kind of camera, because he's out in the desert to film a music video for his friend, would have a light. He should have a light.
It should have a good
light.
It looks like they know the one iconic scene in Blair Witch Project, and we're like that for an hour and a half.
That.
Literally 50 minutes of it is like that.
I would love to get your take on it, though. We have, different minds, and I would be interested to see what you think about it.
Yeah.
I really do want to hear your thoughts on it, because we were left really frustrated.
We were initially frustrated that we didn't get theatrical showings. We kept checking like every day. We were like, are we going to get it? Are we not? And then it turns out it just went straight to Streambox. So we watched it at home. We think we think it would be better if we were immersed in a theater.
Did you say Screenbox?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll probably have to watch it there. I will say I love the tagline of this movie. We all die in the dark.
You sure do die in the dark in this movie. You sure do.
It's a sequel to the Washington Post because their tagline is "Democracy dies in the dark."
Oh my god.
Evil dies tonight.
Even
The dark dies tonight.
No.
You know we're the biggest defenders of Halloween Kills. Just a side note, Halloween Ends killed my love of Halloween Kills. For now. We'll come back to it. It's still too fresh. I'm not ready for Halloween again.
Corey.
My king.
As a casual Corey fan.
NECA needs to make a Corey Cunningham action figure. I'll get it for Sabrina.
Oh my god. I would get it for Sabrina.
With the scarecrow mask. Which is probably like the only scene in that movie I like. When him and Michael tag team that poor duo, whatever you'd call them.
Oh yeah. I kind of liked Michael being thrown in a wood chipper. Or whatever he was thrown into. So.
I like the big deaths that are just like everyone kind of has a turn, so to speak. Like Laurie broke his bones, Allison like slit his wrists, and then the town threw him in the wood chipper. It reminded me of the Governor's. Have we all watched The Walking Dead?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to at this point.
I was scared. I forget. I have friends that just started it. I was like, who just started it? Rick. Yeah, Rick beat him up. Michonne stabbed him, and Lily shot him. I like that. It's like I just told Sabrina how they should have handled Thanos in Endgame, or yeah, Endgame. What did I say? It was really good too. Oh, Drax should have roughed him up with the knives.
Drax
Tony
really
should've-
didn't get anything.
He didn't
did
get
Yeah, he didn't get that resolved.
Yeah, he should have got him with the legs, just stabbed the shit out of Thanos. Tony should have
Nebula.
taken the gauntlet and the stones and given it to Nebula, and she's the one that snaps, killing him. Because I mean, that's just like the comic. They could have recreated the shot of Nebula doing it, and like Tony still gets a part in it, but like, did he really have a connection to Thanos? Like, did he really have a personal drive with that guy?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a stretch, but like all the PTSD stuff in Iron
No,
Man
I mean he
3.
kind of. I mean, he did say that too in Infinity War.
Infinity War,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
They full on have it. That's positive. I just mean when it comes to Drax, like, he killed my family, and Nebula, like, he tortured me for my whole life. And Tony Stark's like,
The Battle of New
you
York.
came to my planet, dude. You almost came to my planet.
There was that whole wormhole thing.
Yeah, and Thanos is just kind of like, your team did get in my way. And he's like, sorry,
I don't even know who you are.
I don't even know who you are.
There was a time.
We were just watching Deadpool 2 too, so that's why it's even
But
funnier.
yeah, zip it, Thanos.
Zip it, Thanos.
Are many tangents.
Or mini tangent. Maybe tangent day.
Tangent day.
Sorry.
Tangent day.
We've just got Last of Us.
Yeah, give us your Last of Us thoughts. We've covered it. We've said our things. Say your things.
So, Blake and Jayla have played the game, and Sabrina and I haven't. Is that right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything's new to you too, Cam? Like, you don't know what happens in the games?
I have no idea what happens in the game. I've got my, my guesses, my predictions, but
How about you go first, Sabrina? Because I do know the game
Oh, like what I think of it.
so far.
I love it. I guess. I mean, it's a little like not like annoying, but it's a little like because Blake's always like, I know what's gonna happen, and then me, I'm just sitting there like, what? So it's a little like, but no, it's great though. But it's just fucking so depressing.
yeah.
Yep.
just gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm like,
Every time we finish an episode, and she's like, that was so sad and so hard to get there. I was like, imagine how tired we are. Like, we lived it for years.
Or what is it? I was like, why are they gonna fucking introduce characters to kill them off? I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it.
Do not get
Like just
attached.
sitting there, like I already like know everything that happens, and he's like,
Every time, like, just certain characters show or whatever, I'm just like, like,
and
I
I'm
gotta
like,
go through
I'm like,
this
I
again.
don't like seasons. I'm like, what? I'm like, what is it now? And he's like, just wait. And I'm like, oh god, come on.
And it comes with certain things that I won't specify, but it's like hard to describe, but it's like now the creators know they have their roadmap. They know where this first season goes to because we have a sequel. Part 2 was made into a video game, and now they go, okay, narratively, how can we build up to those events stronger? And you see it in the show. For us that have played the games, are like, that scene is so much more important, just knowing where the story goes. And it wasn't in the game because they didn't know where the story was going to go at that point. And it's just, it means so much more too. And it'll be fun for people that watch the show for the first time to maybe try the game, because it is still different to a degree, and it's fun to see what the differences are. It's interesting, like, oh, you're changing location, or oh, this character is put in a different predicament. It's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Blake, there's so many moments, even what you're just saying, that I can't really say right now, but I get what you're putting down, especially
Yes.
in episode 7. There are a few things I'm like, oh,
Yes.
man.
Yep.
How do you feel about the differences? Let's like episode 3, for example, some of their, how we're seeing certain locations we wouldn't see if we were playing the game this early on. Like, how do you feel about those?
I don't think a single change has upset me. I think, like, at the very most, a change has just been like, I wonder why they made that choice. And it usually just comes down to, like, this is more realistic or this is more practical. Kind of like how the outbreak started in this show. It seems to be the wheat, the cornflower, all that, as opposed to it was monkeys in the game, right?
Pretty sure it was something
Yeah,
kind of
you can
more
listen-
stereotypical.
Yeah, you can listen to those outbreaks, which they have a little nod to in the episode where you see the monkeys, but
Or like we're all cut up, right?
yes,
Like with like Joel when he got stabbed or whatever. Like
yes, there are some very big changes, like even when it comes to, and that just comes down to it being practical. Like everyone's like, he would have died if they did that in the show. How it happens in the game, him falling off a ledge and just getting impaled. It's like, okay, that's a video game, but this is a show. So, and they're additions, not even just the changes. Like the opening scene to the premiere with the talk show set in what year was that? Was that the 60s?
I think it was the 80s,
80s,
70s,
70s?
60s probably.
I think it was 60s.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
One of the
opening.
decades.
I
It was one
particularly
of the
want to
decades.
rewatch it. Yeah.
Talk about a powerful opening to your show. It's just like, so what would happen if that happened? We lose. Like, it's as simple as that. And welcome to the show. Society lost. This is what would become of us. It's a very unnerving show.
well, yeah, I think what's crazy though, it's like it's still like somewhat put together. Cause like in like going from like Walking Dead, like everything went to shit. There's no government. Like there's still government. Still kind of like holding things a little bit together, and it's just like that alone is such a drastic difference, and like it's kind of cool to see in like a weird in a way.
You don't see a lot of Walking Dead comparisons as soon as the first episode dropped, because then people were like, "Oh, this isn't Walking Dead at all. This is its own thing. These aren't even zombies. I don't care what people say. They're really not zombies because they're not dead.
Not at all.
They're still living beings." And the fact that it's like the game, and even more so than the game, it chooses to focus on these the survivors and the characters, and you get very few infected, which I've seen people complain about, but their reasoning is like, well, when we do show the infected, they get stuff done. They make an impact. It's not just like another infected to put down. It's, oh shit, here's 3 clickers. We have to run for our life or we're gonna get torn up.
Like they're harder to kill. Like
I love the levels of them. There's the infected, the stalkers, the clickers, now the bloaters, and so much more to come. So much more to come that I don't want to see in live action, but we will at some point, someday. With an HBO budget, mind you, they took a car crash in the beginning of this outbreak and changed it to a plane crash. That's their the difference in budget. So, not excited, but not looking forward to certain things that are in store for this this show for our characters.
I'm like, crumb of hope, please. How are they gonna give it after 9 episodes of sadness? It can't have that too sad of an ending, right? Like it's got to have some sort of uplift. Like,
see, that's literally him every week. Or it's like, oh, that was another favorite. I'm like, you said every week. I'm like,
I said that for the past 2 episodes, or 5 and 6.
You literally said that more than that, but okay.
I have not.
He's lying, by the way.
No, I'm not. 5 and 6 were good, and even with 7, there were slight changes. Some that I agree with, just because it's a video game. I can't get chased by in a video game. I can get chased by a horde of infected, and for this episode, you really only need one to get that point across, and that did not upset me in the slightest. And just how the episode ended, it was just chef's kiss. It was phenomenal. The show, it's one of those HBO shows. You're never upset by the end of each week. It's like, oops. It was compared to the Disney Plus shows, and not to like compare or knock down, but it's like when you wait a week for an episode worth of content, there should be enough there, as opposed to just like, oh, okay, well, we'll just see how that's clarified. It's with The Last of Us, I feel like it is a huge chunk of a video game put in an episode, and it's, I don't know. I feel like I'm never shorthanded. I'll say that. When I go into an episode of The Last of Us, I waited 7 days for the next episode, and I get my my week's worth of waiting for a great episode.
Yeah, I really like it being once a week, like TV used to be. Because, partially because it is such a downer, and I wouldn't want to binge. I wouldn't want to binge all of this series, but it is nice to kind of just check in once a week, especially with an HBO show. It feels like such an event every week.
One thing I think is really cool that they're doing with this, for anyone that doesn't know, for season 1, they're doing first game as well as the DLCs. So episode 7 was a DLC episode. And I'm so glad they included this.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't make us pay for this episode.
Get out.
It's something that came out after the base game, and now they realize this is what takes place during the story, the main story. So it's like we can easily just plug that in right there. That's just something we can do.
I love this. I love that this most recent episode.
This took place like before everything, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
how it felt.
how she got her first bite.
Yeah. I've definitely watched it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally, for sure. I like the song choices they made for this one. I really great all around.
Yes,
Really
we have 2 episodes left, unfortunately, of this show. And my question is mostly for Cam and Sabrina, but do you guys have any predictions for where these last 2 episodes are going to go? Or even how the season's going to end?
I am pretty sure Joel... Well, I thought he was going to die after he got stabbed. It seemed like most of episode 7, he's not in most of it, but it seems like the kind of the bookends of it made me think like he's gonna die at the end of this. And now it seems like he's kind of getting healed, so I'm not sure, but I don't know. I just don't really see him making it. At this point, I'm not sure, but I did have this one prediction that, okay, so
we got to get into it.
So when he got stabbed, Ellie was basically like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do without you. Not like, I don't know how to do life without you. Is literally like, I don't know how to do this specific journey without you because you've been leading me the whole time and I don't know where the hell we're going. And like, I don't know how I am going to turn myself into a cure for everyone. And I do have this little prediction that maybe somehow Ellie is not going to be the cure to the infection. Like they're going to get to the place or whatever, and it turns out that she is not as useful as they thought she was going to be.
Interesting theory. It's not like we know.
Because why would Joel not leave anything for her? Because they could die at any point on this journey. Why would he not give her a map or some sort of, like he's giving her fish. He's not teaching her how to fish. Like he is completely relying on himself to get her where she's going. And if he dies, she's just going to be stranded wherever the hell they are on their journey.
Do you think Joel is like in on it, or?
I probably shouldn't trust Joel, but I kind of trust Joel. So, no, I don't think he's... Well, no, that was part of my theory. Yeah, I think Joel knows that their journey is not going to end the way she thinks it's going to end. Yeah, I think Joel's in on it.
Sabrina. How about you piggyback off of that? What do you think their whole journey is going to end up coming to when we get to the finale?
Well, I think it's like, I guess to kind of like add to like what Cam was saying about it, like her not being the cure, but I think it's like she still could have been, but I think it's like too late because it's like been so long that there's like probably like it's inedible now, like to stop it,
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Like I feel like they're gonna get there and then be like, oh yeah, but it's like it's not gonna work because like I mean if you think about it with like Sam, right? Sam,
yeah,
it was like when he got bit and she like tried putting her blood on him, and it didn't work.
Mhm.
So it's like I think it's like she could just be immune, but it might not work on other people.
Mhm.
That might be like my theory. I don't know. I feel like that's like Loki. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. It's like she's the cure for herself. Like she could still get bit, and it's like she's immune, but like it might not work on other
That
people.
can't be transferred, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it didn't work for him when she.
And like I get, because like I think like after that episode too, me and Blake were talking about, I was like, I think it was right now they have the hope that it's like, okay, she could still work as like the cure, but like obviously something needs to be added with her blood.
Mhm.
But I think like it might be like, you know, you can't transfer it, or it's like once it leaves her body, it no longer works. If that makes sense.
I was really surprised by that episode where the dad like shoots his own son, because it really didn't seem like he had it in him. Because
Oh, you mean
Henry.
Sam?
Oh,
Sam.
Henry?
Oh, his brother.
His
I
brother.
can't remember any names because everyone dies every week.
They were siblings. It was Henry. Henry is the older one. Sam's the younger one. Sam was the deaf boy.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were siblings.
Oh, okay. So the older brother, shoots his little brother. I really didn't think he was gonna have that in him, but that was just real sad. Yep.
Another moment taken straight from the game. Like as soon as they showed up, I was like,
Oh, I wasn't excited for that scene at all. But I think if he wasn't trying to kill Ellie in that moment, I don't know if Henry would have shot him. He might have just been like, take me too. Like,
yeah.
Like if he came at him, he would probably like let him bite him, but like because it was at, like Ellie, because they both burst in the room and found it.
Yeah, it's only because he's about to tear a kid apart. He was like,
yeah.
and that shot was to save her life. That shot wasn't to put Sam out of his possible misery, which I like that question that's raised in both the game and the show. Are you still in there when you're turned into this monster? Are you in the sunken place, so to speak? Are you watching yourself
Like
tear
right when
people
he admitted
apart?
to her that he got bit, like he was like, "Am I still gonna be the same?"
Yeah, it's very haunting. And if you have you guys been listening to the podcast for Last of Us?
I
that they do?
haven't. I was going to
No.
finish the series and then go back
Hmm.
and listen
They,
to the podcast.
They do answer that if the people are still in there, and they said it's like the person is still in there, and they said it's like you're having a nightmare or a bad trip where you're watching yourself just tear your family apart.
But you
Literally.
can never get out.
You can never get out.
I thought
Yeah.
it was like more of like a Walker situation. It's like once you turn, like there's no going back because it's
Yeah.
like too late.
Yeah, it is a brain fungal disease.
Yeah.
You're pretty screwed.
I hate that. If you want to, there's another parasite that's similar to this one. It's called like horsehair worms, and they infect.
In real life.
Yeah, they infect praying mantises and like get them to drown themselves. And like if you ever see it, they
It's
just
so
like kind of pop
dark!
out. Yeah, it's terrifying. Like they get them to drown themselves. I don't. It's actually really gross.
I love that the premiere dropped and a group of scientists like saw the reactions and they were like, I don't know why you guys are laughing. I mean, there's an actual parasite out there where if the Earth were to get hotter, they would be able to infect humans, not just insects. So he's like, they're right. Enjoy your little show. We'll see.
At least I love mushrooms.
Oh,
I wouldn't
gosh.
mind being a mushroom. I love this show. I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying it, Blake. Actually, you'll get this. We're about to experience, hopefully, well, they'll put it in this show, one of my favorite moments of the game in winter.
Yes. Lots of good stuff coming.
Yeah. And
Well, now I'm excited.
no spoilers, but there's some people that's showing up in the next episode. I'm also really excited to see show up here.
You just
Yes.
reminded me I have another prediction. The woman she's in the first episode.
Marlene, right?
I
Yeah.
can't. like I said, I can't remember the characters' names, but
The
Joel's
black
daughter.
Firefly lady.
Yeah, I think she is Joel's daughter's mother. I think she's like Joel's ex. There was some of that energy there, and they've never mentioned Joel's ex-wife or whoever mothered
What
his
was that
child.
look? What was that
It
look?
was that's an interesting theory look.
Like I feel like I know this one, even though
What is he saying? Huh? Is he confirming
Oh.
that? What does he know?
Who's to say?
that's
Who's
my
to
theory.
say? That's
Who's
you know
to
what?
say?
I'm stealing that from Blake. Anytime you ask me,
I say that every time. Every time Sabrina's like, "Is this guy gonna die?" Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Fucking pisses me
Who's
off
to
so
say?
bad. I'm like, just fucking tell me, my
Because
god.
you know that could mean anything.
Like, I don't want a spoiler, but I want the satisfaction of knowing I guessed something right.
I
And
mean,
I
you'll
just
get
have
the
to wait a week and a half.
satisfaction one way or another.
Sometimes I just like to prepare myself for
It is Schrodinger's theory. You are either right or you are wrong right now.
I'm really interested in like their theories because it's so much fun seeing this from the perspective of someone that's completely new to this world.
Yeah, because like even with us, people that have played games are making theories about the show, but as we've still come to see, they really aren't changing much. In the stuff they are changing, it's not narrative changes. They're still meeting these characters. Those characters are still dying. They're still going to certain places for what they need to do and progressing. So I don't, of even the decisions coming up, I don't see them changing. So we'll see. I mean, Bella Ramsey, I'm pretty sure is the one that just said expect a very divisive finale to this season, and I was like, maybe, perhaps. I'm pretty sure they said that this morning too. There was a article where it was like Bella Ramsey said the finale is going to be controversial, and I'm like, who's to say?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
I don't know. All I know is I'm excited.
I wonder why would she say that?
Who's to say?
I wonder if she's talking about people that played the game or like general audience.
Maybe it could mean they deviate so much it pisses people off, or
Yeah.
they stick true to the ending and it pisses people off.
Both could happen.
Yeah, because I mean, if you did you play Last of Us when it dropped or like years after? When
No,
it dropped?
it was when it dropped. Like I was watching my dad play it.
Okay.
Opening first night.
There was some heavy controversy based on the ending, and I mean, there still is to this day. People like to break it down. People like to talk about what happened at the end.
Last of Us and controversy is a whole thing, Blake.
No stranger to controversy. Hey, I played part 2 when it dropped. When it dropped, I was there. I was there when it was written.
Oh man, it's
And it's I mean, I will say part 2 is on my top 10 favorite games ever made. So I'm a defender of everything Last of Us does.
I'm a defender of part 2 as well. Yeah. It's only just begun.
It's only just begun, and nothing of the Last of Us name plays it safe. They just don't. They take risks. That's why I love them. They're just like, oh, you think this is dangerous territory we're treading on? We're gonna do it. We're gonna go there. It's very fun, and I like that they do that. You know, it keeps it fresh, keeps it exciting to see where we're headed.
I do agree, and it's raining.
Oh, we can
It's
hear
raining.
it. We can hear it
Ooh.
through the headphones.
It-
That means you can probably hear it too.
Oh, and
Turn up the gain just for a second. Let you hear it. Just sounds like noise.
I could fall asleep to that.
speaking of horror and video games, it is Resident Evil 4 Remake Month. It is time. It is upon us. I'm gonna disappear. None of you will know where I'm at. I'm just gonna be Leon.
Upon us. That was such a stretch. You said it's upon us, and then I thought Among Us. Yeah.
Among Us.
Stupid joke.
Amogus. Yeah, Sabrina gets mad at me when I say that whenever there's news about Spider-Man 2 that drops, and I'm like, the game that's just gonna make me disappear off the face of the earth?
Yep.
That game?
Yep, pretty much. That's gonna make me disappear. Resident Evil
No!
is... I'm gone.
No!
You won't see me.
You'd be like, who am I? I don't know.
Be like, oh, are you still there? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't talked to him in days.
Peter Parker, Miles Morales, and if I get what I want, Venom.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Something to do with Spider-Man, I think.
I'm not sure how I got here. Has to do with Spider-Man, I think.
When you get the release date for Spider-Man 2, you'll be like, fuck. Really?
Don't forget Wolverine, too, Blake.
Yep, I definitely didn't forget Wolverine.
Damn.
If anything, I'll be more lost in Wolverine than I will with Spider-Man 2.
Oh my god. Such a time to be alive.
Such
Right?
a time.
Aren't I so lucky? Like,
Hey, I'm not a big gamer, so these are the 2 times that I will be MIA.
you say that all the time. Every time it's the quote of, I'm not a gamer.
I'm not a gamer, though.
Yet he ignores me when he's playing. But then he'll like be like, oh, I'm playing games with my friends tonight. Like,
Hey, I pause zombies. I pause...
I don't care, but you're still a gamer because you play games. Like,
Do you
more
think
than
that
one game.
makes me a gamer, Jayla?
Yes.
If I just
Oh,
play
no.
any game?
How often do you play games?
Not often. I haven't played a game in a long time.
He's lying. He's lying.
I'm
he
not
literally did one
lying.
the other night. He literally did one 2 nights ago. He's lying.
What
It
did
just
I play
depends
2
how
nights ago?
often you go full gamer mode.
Do you go full gamer mode? Do you have Mountain Dew and Doritos in your pantry right now?
No, I don't.
Then you're not a gamer.
I'm not a gamer. I don't.
No!
Do you hate women?
Whoa.
No. Well, what
Then
makes
you're not a
me
gamer.
Is when you set up shop. I turn on the PlayStation. I play my games. I do my thing. 2 hours later, hour later, I hop off. Gamers are like, I have my drinks. I have my food. Headset. Don't talk to me for the rest of the day. I'm in. You nest. You know, you set up your area because you're going to be there.
Yeah, you're
for a
going to be
bit.
doing that when Wolverine and Spider-Man drop, so I don't want to
Yes, I will.
So you're a gamer. My brother does the same thing. My brother has one game he's obsessed with, and he still does that, so he's a gamer.
You know, I'll admit, I can be a gamer sometimes.
When Tears of the Kingdom comes out, I will go full gamer mode.
I do go full gamer mode.
I'm really not a gamer, but I played the crap out of Breath of the Wild. Holy crap.
I got a lot of people hooked.
Oh man.
It's like... yeah.
Oh, man.
I do be playing games.
Do be
Oh,
playing
man.
games. If she had a PS5, she would only be playing Gotham Knights.
Oh. Uh-oh.
No, probably not.
If there was a Batman game like Spider-Man...
See, I gotta be honest with you, the only time I was ever, like, wanted to get into games was, like, when all the Arkham games, and, like, my brother... Like, I'm not into games enough to want to go out and buy, like, a $500 gaming system, and my brother, like, really wouldn't let me use it, so...
Look, that's going to change because James Gunn said they're going to do video games.
And then Blake bought me, so now I can play...
Well, those video games are going to be the same actors we see in the movies and the cartoons. So if we get a Batman game, it's going to be who our new Batman is. You're going to want to get in on that.
I'm
Ben
scared.
Affleck? Just
No.
no.
Actually, you know, okay, if it's the same person that's in the movies, games, and the movie, do you know who it's probably gonna end up being?
Who do you think?
Jensen Ackles.
No, I don't think.
I'm telling
I
you,
honestly,
I'm like
I think it will
99%
be-
sure he's gonna end up
No.
being Batman.
no. I think it's going to be someone that's never been Batman before. I think
I
that's.
don't
who
think
it's
so.
gonna be.
Because he's already currently the Batman in all the Batman movies, so it's like it makes perfect sense.
I mean, in the Tomorrowverse, sure, but
He's the only one who's
I
like
don't know.
actively coming back. Otherwise, they just switch every other actor.
is he already lined up for another Batman movie?
Yes.
What?
Oh my god, what the heck is it called?
Because after Legion of Superheroes, I don't know about that.
It might be Dark Victory. I think there's talks for that, so if they end up doing it, it's probably gonna be him too.
I think we're caught up. I think we did the thing. We're back.
This was really refreshing. It was really good to see you
We
guys.
did the
So
thing.
great.
It was a lot of fun.
It was great, and we have so much more coming up, and I think it's time to revisit Stu.
I'll be right back.